Hey everyone, MTash here, and today I want to talk about Bennett. Now, Bennett is way better than I thought he was, and he's probably way better than you thought he was, and there's only a couple, like maybe 5 big, juicy brain gamers that watch this channel. Because if you watch me, well, I'm not going to go there. Listen, Bennett is incredible, and I want to talk about it. I want to talk about how you can make him very strong with a teeny, tiny little bit of investment. He's probably one of the easiest to kit out overall because of how valuable he is. Let's get started. Okay, you ready? Let's do it. Also, you guys wanna get some free video games? Huh? All right, let's talk about that. The Tashman is sponsored by Pringles. Now, these are my favorite chip. Okay, you can stack them, you can mix the flavors. I would do it right now, but I already ate all of these ones because I'm addicted. They're great. They're not going to make your fingers greasy while you're gaming. And, oh, what's this? If you buy these specially marked containers, you get 2 weeks of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for free. Counted free. So you're going to get the best chip ever made, or maybe a different flavor, and then you're going to get 2 weeks of different flavors of games. You see what I'm doing there? Check it out. Links are down below to pringlesgaming.ca. And thank you so much for sponsoring this video. All right, so I'm going to start off with Support Bennett. You can play him as a DPS, and he can actually be cracked. He can actually be very, very good. But I want to show off Support Bennett first, because you can make him super valuable with, like, this much resources. If you have a weapon, and you have a couple of terrible artifacts for every other character, maybe they got some HP on it, boys, Bennett is insanity, and it's all to do with his fantastic Voyage skill. Now, you can get a Constellation, and that's going to make him better. But even at 0 Constellation, I think he has some major value. If you're going to be using Support Bennett, I would hope to get the first Constellation, because it's going to make him, like, S tier. Like, literally, this is the only Constellation you need. There's other ones. Okay, you can do some extra damage, you get some energy recharge, all these different things. That's cool and all, but just this first one takes him from already good to, oh my god, he's insane. So let's get started. So with Fantastic Voyage, when your HP is low, this is going to heal you up. But when you're at 70% or higher, it's going to give you a damage buff. With the Constellation, the damage buff is always active, which makes it much more valuable. But what they don't tell you is this thing ticks like every other second and heals you rapid fire. It's like, yeet, yeet, yeet. And it scales off your max HP. What does that mean? You can use a bunch of HP artifacts to stack this. You can use a flower to stack your HP. You can use all the trash artifacts, and you can heal for like 10,000 a hit. Well, maybe not 10,000, but like 3,000, 4,000, easy, no problem. But here's the kicker, boys. Here's the big poobah. The damage bonus scales off of base attack. That means your character's level and the weapon. So all you have to do is invest in one weapon, and you're going to get a huge damage bonus for anyone who's using this area of effect, and a couple of health artifacts, and you're going to heal them like crazy. It's to the point where you can get swamped by enemies, and they cannot out DPS the healing. Let's just take a quick little peek. Now, this is my level 20 Bennett. This is my level 20 Bennett with no good stats, no artifacts, no constellations, or nothing. And we're gonna just dive bomb into some enemies. Let me get my ability, and let me show you. Now, don't get me wrong when I say this. My Diona kicks butt, okay? I got some nice health. She scales. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not going to trash on Diona. She's great. She does her job. She's exactly what I want her to be. But this Diona has some investment. She's got a weapon. She's got some health stacking, a little bit of health stacking. And, you know, she heals really good. I'm really happy with that. I'm going to throw that out. We're going to unraise her. You can see that this is ticking for almost 1,000 HP each tick. And it ticks pretty fast, right? That's good. That's awesome. But our Bennett is useless. He's a nobody. He's got nothing. And when we pop this down, okay, so we're ticking, we're ticking, we're ticking, we're ticking. Okay, you can see how fast that is. Now it stops at 70%, and at this point I'm getting a damage buff, right? But This is with 0 investment. So if you have a bunch of characters that are weak, you can rotate through them, right? And you can heal everyone super fast with his ability. Now, this is 6 Constellation that I'm showing off, but even if you just had the first one, you would have very, very similar results, okay? These other ones are awesome. It definitely helps with energy recharge and things like that, but don't stress too much about what you're seeing here. You'd be able to replicate this and probably beat me very easily. This is level 60 out of 70, so he's got his passives, and I've only got 1200 HP. It's easy to stack much more, and his attack is actually pretty low as well. Now, if you look at my attack, I've got this Sacrificial Sword. This is a great weapon. I've got Refinement rank 5. I'm a whale, right? I get it. But this has a huge chance of throwing your ability on cooldown. You can get some energy, but it also has energy recharge. If you want to stack attack and get base attack up, that's fine. That's cool. That works. And I probably should level this up more, but I didn't realize how good Bennett was until now. As for artifacts, I actually am using the Maiden set, just so that he heals even more. Now, this is a bit of an issue because you can only heal to 70%, which it can feel weird at times, only healing to 70%, but if you need to cycle through a bunch of characters and heal them, this is insanity. You can max everyone's HP or get it to that 70%, and in most cases, most activities, other than Spiral Abyss, you don't need any more healing than this. No enemies in the game are going to one-hit you that often. Alright, so D-Luke is pretty much dead. We're going to pop Benny. We're going to swap over. And we're getting almost 3,000 a tick. And this is with a terrible Bennett. This is with a super unleveled, terrible Bennett. You can swap through everyone, get them to that 70%. And we're done. Okay? But you can invest way further and get way better heals. Now, for the damage portion, it starts out at like 50-something, and it's at 74%. Every time you level it up, you're going to get like 4% or so more bonus ratio. And what this means is whatever your attributes are, and this white number, you're going to get 74% of that. But that number is based on your level, so if you wanted to just level up and use a bunch of experience to get stronger, can. But on top of that, if you use a weapon, this is also part of it. So let's say we just take the one from Chi-Chi, confirm it, and you look at my attribute, I went from 300 and some attack, we're at like almost 600 now. And so that's going to be 70% of that. Now, if you look at my D-Luke, he's not perfect, he's not amazing, but he's got 2,600 attack overall. Now, D-Luke went from like 2,600 to 3,200 almost. And the nice thing is if you use something like a Venti ultimate, right, you're sending it through the air, you're attacking with that, it's going to snapshot your stats, and so for the whole duration, you're going to get that bonus. So you could be fighting in here with someone, and then before it goes away, you could pop that, and you would get the bonus damage on it, which is amazing. Now, the energy cost on it is relatively low, and so if you do get energy recharge, it's very easy to spam this. And so you can pretty much have infinite healing. No boss can out-DPS this in the game. Storm Terror can use his ability on you. Actually, let's show you that. You want to see how good this healing is? Let me show you. His breath attack pretty much kills anyone. There's nothing you can do about it. But with Bennett's heal, if you just throw in like a dodge here and there, right? He can't kill you. Like you could just stand in this damage. Now you might have to throw in 1 or 2 dodges because it does hit really, really hard. But if that can't kill you, nothing in the game can kill you, other than an immense one bang. Some of the bosses have, you know, a one bang ability. Child has some pretty insane ones, right? There's the electric Fatui. They can one bang you, but any sort of like constant damage, they have no chance. Andreas, big giant wolf, can he kill you? Not even not even a chance. Like he wishes he could kill you. You can dive on me all you want, brother, and I can just go like this. And I can go to D-Luke, and I can just stand here, and it's literally impossible. There's nothing he can do. Like, you'd have to be dumb. You'd have to be dumb. So easy. It's like 2 hits. I don't even have any defense. My defense is like 400 right now. What are you gonna... Like, if you just throw in 1 dodge, like, just dodge 1 attack, just... Oh, you see that? No chance. But, like, if you look at the damage these guys are doing, they can only hit you for, like, 1,000 or so, right? And even if I'm getting crushed, if I put this down, There's nothing they can do to deal with this. I can stand right in here getting attacked. Oh! Shit! If you want to turn him into a DPS, you can. I think you do really good. But I think he does get a lot better with Constellation. You can do it with 0 Constellation, but I think he's really good as a support with 0 Constellations. He gets even better with a couple. He turns into a DPS with this 4th one. I think that this is really good. And then Fire Ventures with me is also really good because it's giving you additional pyro damage, right? But you can make them work no matter what. But here's a couple tips. If you are going to go DPS, especially if you've got number 4, I think 4 adds a lot of utility because it allows you to add this extra little jumping attack in, and you don't have to fully charge your attack. Because normally, when you charge your attack, right, it's going to launch you. And it's going to launch you back. But if you hit Constellation 4, and you don't have time to fully charge, you can actually do a very similar one, just a little bit lower level. And you can dodge out of that. It's very mobile. Now, you can cancel that knockback by using a shield. Diona's got a shield, Noelle's got a shield. If you pop a shield, you can actually fully charge that, and it won't knock you back. And that's pretty awesome. And so if you can pair some shield users with Bennett, he becomes insane. You don't have to have your Q ability up to use the full charge. And if you got some enemies that are slugging around, or they've got big wind-up animations like a Rune Sentinel, where you know all of their, or Rune Guard or whatever, and you know all their moves, perfect. You can spam that attack all day. Diona, she's got a shield here. I can do that. It's awesome. It feels really good. And when you do have your Q ability available, right, you can just spam that all you want. But here's the big one, is once you start getting levels, once you start getting these passives, that ability is getting a 20% reduction cooldown. And when you are inside of the Passion Overload, you're getting a 50% further cooldown. So you can just spam this thing. If your Q ability down, you can just run up, you can pop this, right? Not gonna knock you up at all. You're safe in here. The cooldown is tiny. You just gotta be a little bit careful. You gotta be a tiny bit careful that you're not overcommitting with that ability. Even just this one, super good and mobile. It's super good and mobile. I'm not doing any damage because my artifacts are trash. I've got the healing artifacts on, right? But I'm really enjoying Bennett, and he's way better than I thought. And if you start throwing in some shields, right? And you can start doing some of these attacks and not getting knocked up, he gets even better. If you've got 2 characters and 2 shields, boys, he becomes a young god. Using Bennett on my free-to-play account really showed me how good he is. I leveled him up on my main account, and I can see the potential already. I haven't invested fully into him, and he's already great. And so I wanted to recommend him because even if you're just throwing a couple purple Maiden's Heart items, right? If you've just got a couple things with maybe some energy recharge, a little bit of HP here and there, maybe you got a feather, he can be one of the better, if not best, supports slash healers slash DPS boosters for your team I've seen. He can deal with fire shields. He can deal with fire idiot enemies. If you want to make him a DPS, you can. I really like Bennett. And you don't need a bunch of constellations to make him super valuable. And if you do have a bunch, he's like a baby D-Luke. He's like a baby D-Luke, fast cooldowns, lots of DPS, lots of energy. I recommend. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you soon, my friends. Bye-bye.